Hey, welcome to Easy Computer Fixes, and this is not really a fix-it video, it's more of an explanational video. Some people have asked me that they can't or they just won't connect their iPhones to their Apple TV device. So one of the first things that you need to know to work it out, you need to have, of course, a Apple TV device. This is my Apple TV device right here. This is the third generation Apple TV, and it's one of those little devices that connects to your existing Wi-Fi network. It can stream a lot of stuff. It can stream your music, but one of the interesting uses that this device has is that with an iPad, an iPhone, and even your Mac, you can actually turn on the sharing of the videos and the screens, which is called AirPlay. So how do you activate AirPlay? First of all, make sure that your iPhone, so here's my iPhone, make sure that it's into your own network. So here I'm on the LTE wireless of my carrier. So I'll turn on Wi-Fi, make sure that I'm connected to my own network. And you know, because you have these little lines that will show up at the top and say, okay, here I am, I'm plugged into the Wi-Fi network. So both your Apple TV and your iPhone needs to be on the same network. Once that is done, you double press on the bottom of your iPhone and you see that the menu starts up at the bottom. You slide until you see the little device here, this little sharing icon on the screen. You'll click on that and you'll choose your Apple TV and you'll say that you want to copy the video on the screen and click OK. And as soon as you do that, notice that my iPhone is now on my TV screen. So if I slide and go into my different icons, and what's cool is that everything's shared. So for example, I want to simply play a game. I can click and I can, for example, use this one, which is a racing game, and everything is there to make it work on screen. So all you have to do is just click on any apps and everything is going to be airplayed to your TV. So it gives you an idea. And if I click on the bottom and get out of my apps, there you go. You want to surf the web but have a bigger screen? It's really cool because you can click on your Apple TV and here we go. You just simply go wherever you want to go. This is the little ports. If I go to Computer World, for example, and check the news, what's happening in tech, and here you go. So basically what I do here is what's happening on the screen. It's really nice. It's very easy to do, actually. So all you have to do is be on the same network. It's very important. Be on your home network. Your Apple TV and your iPhone or iPad needs to be on the same network. Another thing, this sharing works only on iOS 6. So if you're on iOS 5, you can still share some videos, but you'll have to check into the apps. So if you're on iOS 5, the difference is that instead of being on AirPlay, directly sharing your screen, what you'll need to do is check out your apps. For example, if I get out of my AirPlay here, so you'll double click again, move, you'll click your icon and turn off, say you want just the iPhone, you're back into your Apple TV on your screen. But if you're on iOS 5 and you want to share stuff, an example is that if I go on YouTube and I watch a video, so let's say that I watch this video here, which is the one that's playing right here. Now there's a little ad on this. I'll just stop the ad. Okay, here we go. So When you are on an app, if you're in iOS 5, instead of sharing the whole screen, you're going to share only what apps can share. And you see that my YouTube app has, I don't know if you see it better here, the YouTube app has this little sharing screen right here at the bottom right. And it says, okay, Apple TV, I'll click there. And that will share my iPhone screen. There we go.
Star operation. We're going to take a look at the ICOM 2820 that I've got installed here in my car.
And there we go. And you want to stop it?
The 92AD handheld.
All you have to do is just get out of the video and things are back to normal. So depending if you're on iOS 5, you might only share some apps, some videos of some apps. So look for that little sharing icon at the bottom right. But if you're in iOS 6, you have the best of both worlds, is that not only can you share apps, but you just have a complete clone of your device, which is pretty cool because especially with an iPad's not too bad, but with a iPhone, what happens is the screen is small, so sometimes having your apps running on your TV is going to be much more interesting. So everything will, of course, work. I can check the weather here. And you see, this is the exact screen. Yes, it is 29 degrees right now here. It's pretty hot in Montreal today. So whatever you're doing, it really, really is going to work well with most applications. You can play your favorite games. For example, if I go into the Plant vs. Zombies, here it goes. And it's full screen, which is even more fun to play. One of the little drawbacks by playing game though is the fact that you have to touch your device screen. So it's sometimes a little awkward watching the big screen and choosing correctly on your device. On racing games it's pretty cool. I've played a few race games and it's really nice. And it's really cool to be able to share that screen with your Apple TV, and if you have that really big 50-inch screen, well, it's even more fun because now you're really into just viewing whatever you have on your iPhone or iPad full screen. If you've rented movies on iTunes, for example, well, it's a great thing. You can actually go, for example, if I go into my if I go here, for example, let's check what I can do here. Okay, I'm not sure if I have one. Let's go into iTunes, and for example, we can check here, search for podcasts, for example. Let's say I want to watch a Techzilla podcast. I don't remember how Techzilla, I think it's Techzilla. Zilla. Well, I don't remember how it's written, but any podcast, any tech podcast, if you type computers, maybe it's because I'm not in the right mode, but you can see where I'm going with this. And of course you can rent movies, and they'll be on the full screen of your TV, television shows, whatever you want. So really nice. This is probably one of the best features, and I tell you, get yourself an Apple TV. It's only $99 or $109 here in Canada, and it really, if you have an iPhone or an iPad, it really adds so much more to your experience if you want. So whatever you do, you'll be able to actually do it on a full TV screen, which is probably the best that can happen. So here's podcasts, for example. There's a podcast, and you can get your podcast. So here are my different podcasts. I'm going to show up because they're synchronized with my Apple. So whatever happens, you just choose your podcast, and if you decide that you want to watch your podcast, you just click on it, you download it, you play it. and in this case it's going to play and be full screen on my TV. Of course, you can get these podcasts also on the
It's
Apple
time
TV.
for Windows.
And so let's stop this here. The yellow port. So whatever you do, they're always available, and it's really, really nice. It's not expensive. If you spend money, you know, if you spend 500 or 600 bucks for your iPhone, get yourself an Apple TV for 100 bucks. You're gonna have the full experience, and it's gonna really be cool. Of course, you can play all your favorite games, and whatever you do is really nice. So this is a little look at how to match your iPhone to your Apple TV, and showing you how cool it is actually to have that available, and how incredible everything is. You know, you go to your Google Maps, you just turn around and put it in full screen TV and see wherever you know, everybody are and where everything is. So it's very nice. And if you go into your Street View mode, of course, for example, if I want to go into the Street View mode, I can check whatever I want. So here, if I check on satellites, well, you'll have the satellite view showing up. Very nice, once again. So I think it's a great way to experience your iPhone and your iPad. It's not as well, depends on what you're doing. I would say that on an iPad with a big screen that has sufficient screen that you might not find it that interesting. But if you have an iPhone, this is a must, because it's really going to make your screen bigger, and it's really going to be cool. And of course, you can check your email and do whatever you want. Here it goes, everything's coming in. Whatever you do, it's all coming in. All my channels are here. My mail's coming in. So all that in full screen on your TV, it's pretty nice. And you just have to double click to get your icons at the bottom on your iPhone. If you want to turn it off, you just slide